Preacher curls are incredibly straightforward and have been proven to build massive biceps, so allow me to explain the benefits of the one-arm dumbbell version. The first is strict execution. With the arm locked in, there's no potential for progressively raising elbows or swinging, while the shoulder remains in a flexed position. This is in contrast to drag curls, which are challenging to standardize and maintain proper form, especially when lifting heavier weights. Consequently, many lifters gradually increase shoulder flexion, justifying it as one of the functions of the biceps. However, it should be noted that the biceps are not truly shoulder flexors. In fact, some evidence reveals a decrease in biceps activity when using that technique, which is atypical since peak contractions generally indicate the opposite. So a fixed arm path is always the best for strictly targeting the biceps, ensuring they're the only weak link and reach failure at the correct time. And compared to other fixed curls such as concentration curls, potty curls, or simply using the arm blaster, preacher curls are far less awkward. Secondly, let's consider the angle of preacher curls, which can be set to 45 or 60 degrees. Personally, I like to mix in both. So when the arm is fully extended, the biceps are at a mechanical disadvantage. This occurs because when the forearm forms a 90-degree angle with the vertical forces of gravity, it's still in a partial position. Therefore, bending past that point, which is necessary to experience the benefits of full range of motion, becomes extra challenging. The strength curve is disproportionate in the most intense range, and torque exponentially rises, hence the ironic notoriety of preacher curls. That's precisely why it's considered a double-edged sword, being both stimulatory AF and risky. However, the reality is that it's perfectly fine to go all the way down if you're natural, because your tendon strength is balanced with your muscles. And obviously, avoid lifting with your ego. Always control the negative phase. Refrain from reps below 5, and start with a light load, gradually increasing it like any other exercise that carries some degree of danger. You may also flex the wrist up for more reinforcement. That's a secret from Larry Scott, the creator of the preacher curl. He once said, if you can't wrist curl the weight, don't curl it. It's crucial to note that most preacher curl injuries you see online, and let's keep it real, you've never witnessed that in real life, are a byproduct of PEDs or atrocious overloading technique. So the mechanical disadvantage allows you to achieve greater gains with less weight, although you can still lift quite heavy in this exercise. Like lifting 50 to 60 pounds for sets of 10 is not unreasonable. Additionally, to prevent hyperextension of the arm, you can perform preacher curls off an incline bench. This way, it becomes impossible to go beyond the safe range, and you can actually reach failure and go beyond in the bottom position. This lengthened emphasis guarantees serious results. And some research has even found preacher curls to be more effective than incline curls, which speaks volumes. My belief is that the absence of a weighted stretch reduces muscle damage, leading to better recovery and improved performance. And of course, it's a bit easier to accumulate the plus ones here. By the way, there's nothing wrong with resting at the top, even if there's no tension, because when you truly have one rep left, you won't be able to magically squeeze out more reps since the bottom is just too hard. Surprisingly, preacher curls are grindable, especially when you mix in resistance bands. Now a quick note from our official clothing sponsor, Barbell Apparel. If you're tired of wearing droopy shorts that make it seem like you have chicken legs, then try out our Ranger or Phantom shorts. They come in 7 or 5-inch lengths and have an athletic cut designed for real lifters. With these, your glutes, quads, and even hamstrings will look amazing, and you'll be comfortable whether you're training or walking around. Not to mention the fact that they're moisture wicking, stretchy, and equipped with zipper pockets. So, if you've been a pants-only kind of guy, give these shorts a try, and you'll be very pleased just like me. And remember, Barbell Apparel offers a no questions asked 365-day guarantee. If anything happens to your clothing, they'll repair or replace it, allowing you to get back to crushing your daily life goals with confidence. Lastly, unlike other curls, this is the main one that allows for optimal bracing since the upper arm presses directly into the pads. This provides maximum stability for the biceps, which maximizes motor unit recruitment. That's a huge deal for those with stubborn biceps, as they can be certain that biceps are giving their 100% effort without any limiting factors. Speaking of which, the unilateral nature of this exercise further enhances this effect, since there's no bilateral deficit. In fact, advanced torso-dominant lifters may want to include more unilateral curls for this exact reason. And remember, Being properly aligned is almost mandatory when you're actually jacked. Have you ever noticed how most bodybuilders lean to the sides when performing alternate curls or only do one arm at a time? This is because they run into themselves, which makes it challenging to supinate in a straight up and down motion. This, in turn, shifts some of the emphasis towards the brachioradialis and forearms. The curling path is similar to that of pushdowns, but in reverse. When you allow both elbows to move naturally, they'll often come in and out, and this becomes more problematic as you gain size, particularly when combined with heavier dumbbells. Cables would of course solve the issue, but the dumbbell solution is to either lean to the side and or perform each arm independently, or simply favor preacher curls, which completely eliminates the structural issue for everyone. All you'll feel is biceps, and you're way less likely to develop golfer's elbow since the arm is properly lined up. Never forget, dumbbells can still be restrictive, but preachers are always foolproof. And by the way, with one arm preacher curls specifically, you have the unique option of biasing either the short or long head of the biceps. For a more pronounced peak, which makes a minor difference when shredded or for competitive bodybuilding, externally rotate your arm so that you're curling to the side, ensuring your torso is twisted outwards. And for more emphasis on the belly, I hate these fucking terms by the way, do the opposite. Internally rotate your arm or keep it straight and keep your torso close, minimizing the twist as if you're preparing to arm wrestle someone. And speaking of arm wrestlers, preacher curls are their preferred way since they're more specific, leading to the best possible carryover, which is a nice little bonus. Overall, it's nice knowing you have tons of customization and you won't ruin yourself in the process of getting stronger biceps. So with that said, those are the basics of preacher curls. I've kept it super straight to the point because the biceps are a simple muscle, and curling with your arm up against a pad isn't complicated. I don't have much more to say. So if you have any questions about this exercise, let me know, and I'll talk to you next time.